Hi power users, Zbigniew Lukowski here, and today we will be looking at SharePoint control attachments, and we will be creating a simple create new or browse existing records based on SharePoint list with the attachment control. So what does it do? Firstly, you can browse what you have already in your SharePoint list with the title and attachments include. And on attachment addition, you can create new SharePoint file. You can create new file on the SharePoint, and when you try to remove the file, you can also without any other controls. So without the floppy disk icon or without the save button, it will be doing this on the fly. And when you create new record and you attach something, the record is saved as well. The title, we won't be focusing on the title, we will be only focusing on how to view and create those SharePoint files, attachments control. So once again, when you click browse existing, you see all the existing files attached. And on the new, you can create the new one. So how we do it? First of all, you need to have the SharePoint site. Let's quickly create the SharePoint site. Let's finish. In the SharePoint site, we will need a new list. Let's create it. Great, we have SharePoint list. We won't be changing anything because title is there, and also attachments are there as well by default. What we can do is we can add show hide columns and go to the attachments. Let's apply. And we have attachments here. So we have our SharePoint list already created. This is the new application. So first of all, we have new screen, new application. First of all, let's go and create the data. Let's connect to our SharePoint. Let's paste the URL here. And let's connect to our list. Great, connection is there. What we want to do now is on the screen 1 on visible, we want to create variables. First of all, we will have the variable which is set to our form mode. Form mode 1 will mean that this will be a new form, and form mode 0, this will be an edit form. So basically form has 3 possible values: 0 edit, 1 new, and 2 for the view mode. So we will set the number to keep this in the variable. And we will also set the var current record. Let's keep it blank. It will be keeping the text of our title of the current form. So now what we need to do is to create the edit form. Let's get our data source to our SharePoint list. Move the... No, actually it's okay. Let's keep it as it is. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Great. Let's go and create the new button. Sorry, not here. Side. Let's create the new button, and this button text will be new. Great, and on select, we just keep the var form mode. We'll be setting this to 1. So it will basically mimic what we have on screen on start. We want to have also the ability to browse icon, browse those forms. So we have to keep the button to create the new if we don't want to. If we don't want to edit current existing ones. So let's browse existing, and here we want to create the dropdown. In the dropdown, we want to set the dropdown source to our list, and from our list we have our title, and in our title we have everything. Okay, so let's it will be blank now because we have nothing yet set. So what we want to do here is to change the onChange property of our dropdown. Let's go to the onChange property. And here we will be setting the var form mode to 0, which is the edit, and var current record to the value of the text we find in the dropdown. Great. So now let's go to the magic part. Because we want to also edit the items of this form. First of all, maybe let's set the default mode to the var form mode. This will ensure that we have the same var form mode as the mode of our form. Let me show you something here. If we set this form mode to edit, and we go and select this, as you see, it's 0. And if we change it to view, it's 2. And for new, it will be 1. So based on this knowledge, we will be setting the var form mode accordingly. So we have var form mode. It's blank for a second. Let's go then to the items part. And let me copy the code. Explain it. So basically, if the var form mode is 1, so this will be the new form view new, let's set the items to blank. And if it's edit mode, let's look up our Sharepoint list with the same title as the title of var current record. So remember where we were setting var current record? Here on the dropdown. So for the text value. So this is for the items part. We also need the data sources already there, yes. So we also need the file addition and the file removal. Now we will go to the attachment controls. And what we want to do here is based on user decision. If the user wants to attach file, the file will be attached. If user wants to remove file, the file will be removed. Also, with the first attachment of the file, we'll save the title, change it to the view mode, and from now on, we should see in the browser existing our source. Okay, so let's do it. In here, items is the parent default because those are items on the on our current form. So on OnAddFile, let's format the code and let's talk about it for a while. We will be setting var current record as data value 1. the text. Data card value 1. So this will be the title. We'll secure that the title is set here. See, this is highlighting the title. And if the value is blank of our Sharepoint list test, so we'll be looking if this is blank. And what is it? It's the lookup part of our Sharepoint list. In here we will be checking our Sharepoint list if title is equal to var current record. And the var current record will be setting as this title. But this title will be also set from the dropdown if this is already there. So if this is blank, if there is no title with the var current record, then we'll be going to the patch. We'll be creating the new record to the Sharepoint list test. In second argument, we have the defaults. So defaults in the second argument, which is the record, as you can see, means that we will be creating the new record. Because patch can do two things. Patch can either update existing record or create the new one. This is the function for creating new one. If I want to have the patch which will be updating existing record, I have to write here the reference for this record. For example, the lookup part of the formula. And in here, we don't want to. This update is unnecessary, but I like to do it this way because I know that the form updates will be needed to update it. And also I can make some changes based on this form updates, but I don't want. I'm just keeping it for the reference. So we have the form updates created and the else part of the formula. So if this was not blank, if the record was found, in here I want to also pass the Sharepoint list, but in the lookup part, I know that the lookup already exists, the record already exists, so I want to find it. And if I find it, I want to make the updates as well in here. Next, I want to secure that the var form mode will be the edit mode, because for now it can, in some examples, be the new form. If we have the new form, we are in the edit mode yet. So we still want to create this code, but then we want to have the var form mode changed to the 0. And also almost same code, but without some parts, I want to secure here. And here I want on onRemoveFile, I want also to patch the Sharepoint edit list. But I know already that the record exists because on the first creation of the add file, I've created the record if it wasn't there. So I want, for now, just to update this record because I know it exists. And let's see how this rolls for now. I want to create the new record. I want to add a specific file here. And the file is already saved. So let me add another file with the Larian Academy. Why not? I have two files already here. If I want to delete this file, it deletes with the on the fly. And in here, in the browser existing, I have the new records. Sorry, that's if I want to create new record too. I want to create this attachment here. It's saved to the database and you should see it in the list. You can see it on the list without any kind of refreshing or reloading. This is not needed because it's really memory hungry, so don't use it if it's necessary. Here you've created a new list, new record. One more thing I want to add here is to change the display mode of this title. Let's go to the display mode. Let's first unlock this. In the display mode, let's change it based on the var format again. So if var format is edit, I don't want to edit the title here for now. I want just to edit the attachments. So title will be set for all, will be set in the view mode if it's created, just to avoid the confusion, because it's a simple example. So if there is the new record, the title you can add, but after this, you can only view the title. So basically, what I can do also in here, if the record exists, I could actually just make this title invisible. This is just a simple example of how it works with attachments. Of course, you can have this working differently based on your needs. What I usually do in my applications is the title visibility. I make it invisible and I set the title to the GUID of my master object. Because usually when working with the objects, I want to create a GUID of some sort. And when I create attachment, I save the GUID as the title to the list because the GUID is truly unique ID. And I save it with attachments. I hide the title and I'm just referencing to my object with the GUID. So in here, the title will be the GUID. I don't usually browse it. I just make it visible on my objects page, and I use the form based on this object page as well. So I just select to show the user the attachments which are there based on the GUID. Okay, that's it for today. I hope that this was informative video, and if it was, please give like, sub, etc. And see you soon in my other PowerApps videos. I've made a lot of them recently, so be sure to check them as well. See you!